Welcome to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. It's day one of the 2026 Mid-Atlantic Regional here at the Giamatti Center in Bristol, Connecticut. And we've got a couple of familiar teams to get things started. Mamie Johnson Little League from Washington, D.C. here in Bristol for the third straight year. And the state champs from New Jersey, Toms River Little League, here for the fourth time in the last 5 years. We have 6 teams here fighting for a spot in the Little League Softball World Series. We play 6-inning games with a modified double elimination format. And a big key, all rostered players bat in a continuous batting order. And welcome everybody, along with Alex Powers. I am Doug Sherman, glad you're with us. And at this point of the day where you're just about to start this tournament, what on earth is going through the minds of these girls, Alex?
Oh, all the butterflies, all the excitement. The biggest point on the stage up to this point for these teams, and just knowing that, hey, we've worked so hard for these opportunities.
So as mentioned, we've got 6 teams who will be battling for a spot in North Carolina. Greenville, North Carolina is where the World Series is again this year. And so the other participating state champs are from Middletown, Delaware, Delmar, Maryland, Massapequa Park on Long Island, New York, and Minersville, Pennsylvania. One of those 6 teams will be playing in the World Series. Here's how the girls from Washington, D.C. will line up for this opening game. And again, we'll see some familiar names because these girls have been here before. Amira Burks is the table setter. Brooke Adams bats second. Elise Kennedy, the daughter of the manager, bats third and plays third base. Maya Small in the cleanup role. Amora Burks at shortstop. Morgan Richardson at second. Karma White is the pitcher. Samaya Miles, Sahela Ware, Zoe Vasquez, and Mason Mills. And that continuous batting order of 11 is going to have to deal with the Jalen Express.
And you know you're good if you get a nickname like that. But Jalen has been lights out in the circle, highlighted by the performance in the state tournament with 10 strikeouts. Somebody that can attack the zone, throws a lot of pitches for strikes. So this is a Mamie Johnson Little League team that better come out swinging.
Well, on her questionnaire that she filled out for us, Jalen Brown said, quote, "I'm the most likely on the team to go pro. I'm the most likely on the team to be Instagram famous. And most importantly, Jalen Brown says I've got the best hair."
I like that kind of confidence.
So there she is, number 1 in the circle, facing Amira Burks. Well, Amira, as you see, her superstition is her handshakes with her sister. Her twin sister, Amora Burks, will bat 5th in the lineup and play shortstop. And the two of them have a lot of fun, and that is one of the continuous themes that you see here in Bristol every year, that these girls are here with the classmates and the friends just having a good time.
Well, and so many of them in those questionnaires that we have the privilege to go through and read to learn a little bit more about the players that got them to this point. They're just out there to go have fun, compete with their teammates, and for them, that's the highlight of their season.
Jalen Brown's a 4-pitch pitcher, and she's got her first strikeout of the morning. And so now she's going to have to deal with Brooke Adams, who says her dream job is to be a pediatric nurse someday. And Brooke is still just 11 years old. Her birthday is not until December 14th. She's heading into the 6th grade at John R. Francis Educational. Up and in. 2 balls and a strike.
This is a Mamie Johnson team that has had a lot of time to prepare. They secured their spot in the regionals several weeks ago, so they've been having the time to practice, trying to get some scrimmages in, just learn each other, the strengths of this squad coming together.
2 up, 2 down for Jalen Brown as Adams goes down looking at strike 3. Well, they say Jalen Brown's best pitch is her changeup, but with her 4 pitches that she can throw all of them for strikes, she's a tough pitcher to deal with. Now Elise Kennedy stands in and takes ball 1. Around the infield defensively for New Jersey, Annalise Curley's at third. Frankie Velarde, the terrific shortstop. Aviana Gay at second. Juliana Floric-Doslik is the first baseman. And in the outfield, Carly Leonard in left. Misha Kopen starts in center. Briella Bogner is in right. And Liana Gay is the catcher. 2 balls and a strike. Well, Washington, D.C.'s Little League softball program was founded by Keith and Kevin Barnes in 2021. And the girls are mostly from wards 7 and 8 in the district. And it is a building process. We had a nice conversation yesterday with their manager, Antoine Kennedy, about the building blocks that are in place to try and grow things for Mamie Johnson Little League.
That's a hard thing to do, but this right here is a big opportunity. Visibility, just letting athletes know that, hey, if you're living in or around those areas and you want to be a part of something, come see what we're doing over at Mamie Johnson.
Got to look at Antoine as the ball is fouled down the first base line. Antoine is coaching at first base. He's a 40-year-old retired Marine, a disabled veteran who works now as a receiving inspector. And again, these are all volunteers. The coaches and the umpires as well volunteer their time all summer long. Popped up right side and in foul ground. It's caught by Floric-Doslik. The Jalen Express sets down D.C. in order in the top of the first inning, including a couple of punch-outs. We are underway in Bristol, Connecticut. With Alex Powers, I'm Doug Sherman. Welcome back to Bristol, Connecticut, as we are underway in the Mid-Atlantic regions. And here is the Toms River, New Jersey City profile. Back-to-back Mid-Atlantic regional appearances, 4th time in 5 years. They won it all in baseball famously in 1998, led by our very own Todd Frazier. And you recognize some of the names, and it is something how this softball program that's only a few years old as well has built itself so quickly into a regional and even a national power, Alex.
Well, and you talk about that, and that's a lot of the reason being the investment that has been made into Toms River and the athletics overall. You have several sports that are highly competitive, and that's because people in Toms River just want to go out there and play.
So there's the lineup for Toms River, and they will be facing Karma White in the circle, number 27 in those sharp black uniforms. And Karma has ascended to the #1 pitching role for DC this year. And what are we expecting to see out of number 27?
I'm trying to keep it simple. The 12-year-old is really just going to throw mostly a fastball and a changeup, but looking to attack the zone. One of the pregame superstitions is to stretch, make sure she's nice and loose, listen to music, and my favorite, smile, enjoying the moment.
And she says she on her team is the most likely to someday become the president of the United States. Her first pitch misses inside to Annalise Curley, starting third baseman and leadoff hitter for Toms River, New Jersey. Annalise, or AC, or Ace, is heading into the 8th grade at Lacey Township Middle School. Foul pop. First base side, there's room for Amira Burks, and there's one away.
And that's one of the aspects of their game that has gotten significantly better since last year. Antoine Kennedy was telling us about is really just the overall defense, the ability to make plays on what would be considered routine outs. He feels like that was an area that they lacked last year, and a lot of runs coming in to score with their opponents because of it.
Swing and a miss on Frankie Velarde. Frank the Tank, the shortstop, #2 hitter. How big would it be for Washington, D.C., Alex, if they could put a 0 up here in the first inning?
Huge. Talk about setting the tone and just understanding, hey, if we can continue to do the small things well and keep it routine, we can keep ourselves in this game and have a fighting chance.
The 1-1 pitch from Karma White, fouled back. Now Francesca Valentina Velarde, 5'2", claims to be the best dancer on the team.
A couple of people said that too about her. Jaylen Brown said she's the best dancer. Maybe tomorrow we can ask her to break out some moves.
Well, she apparently does a pretty good impersonation of her mom. I don't know if Christine wants us to share that with you. Inside. And the count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Karma White's changeup popped up, back is short, coming in from center field. Brooke Adams can't get there. It's a 1-out single for Velarde. And so now Karma White will face her opposite number, Jaylen Brown.
And this is a Toms River team that I expect to see keep swinging the bat pretty aggressively. One of the things that they pride themselves on is just overall confidence in the box, the ability to be aggressive, compete, put balls in play. Again, this is a Mamie Johnson team that has tried to spend a lot of time on their defense. That one, unfortunately, just a little too shallow for center fielder Brooke Adams to come in and make a play.
And Jaylen Brown, dangerous in the batting order. She has typically played up in age, but now she is age appropriate as a 12-year-old in this 12U classification, which should give her just a huge advantage. She's been there and done that.
A lot of these girls have from the New Jersey team. I think majority are returning, and to have the experience playing on this field at this level says a lot.
Brown draws a walk. Velarde down to second.
Now batting,
and the cleanup hitter, Briella Bogner, starting right fielder for New Jersey. Briella is 13 years old, about to be an 8th grader at Toms River Intermediate East. And she takes strike 1.
Talk about the experience of this New Jersey team too. It all started back when they were in 10 and under. 11 of the 12 girls on this team specifically were playing all-stars together at that age. So talk about compatibility, knowing your teammates, building a good culture.
And their manager, Neil Gay, who is coaching down at third base right now, has had 11 of these 12 girls since they all played together at the 10U level.
You got to appreciate that kind of consistency. You just know what you're getting from your athletes. They know what they're getting from their coaching staff and the comfortability there.
And Neil told us repeatedly about how happy he is and how much it makes his job easier, the buy-in not only from the players, but from the parents and the family members.
Which is so important. I know from a youth standpoint, youth sports standpoint.
Popped up, shallow right, off the glove of the second baseman, Richardson, and the bases are loaded. Bogner reaches on the base hit.
Briella Bogner just going to go the other way, gets fisted a little bit on this pitch, but drives it opposite field, kind of in no man's land there. Second baseman Morgan Richardson unable to come up with it. Would have been a great play if she had. A good job getting the relay in, throw at the plate, keeping any runs from scoring.
And so now the powerful bat of Carly Leonard, up in a big spot here in the first inning. She took second place in the state home run derby at the New Jersey Championship last week. Pops this one up, shallow right field. Miles comes in. Out goes the first baseman, Amira Burks. And a run scores. Here comes the runner from third who rounds and goes back. Nice job to recover by Maya Small. Now the throw to first, and everybody gets back safely. So a run scores. Carly Leonard stands safely at first with a base hit.
Now batting, number 5.
And another one of these hits, kind of in no man's land. You've got your first baseman, Amira Burks, tracking back, tries to make the grab, unable to come up with it between Burks and Richardson. Ball gonna drop in. Covered some good ground there, but that one gonna fall in for a hit. And RBI coming in. Carly Leonard gets the job done.
So all on soft contact. Karma White is taking a breather, has her manager and her teammates around her in the circle talking about the situation. And this is something, again, you've alluded to already, Alex, that Antoine Kennedy told us yesterday, is we've got to make sure we make the simple plays, the easy plays.
Absolutely, you have to. And you look back at a couple of those, and 2, maybe 3 of those pop flies would have been great plays, but definitely doable and would have gotten them out of this inning. But hey, control the controllables. All you can do is respond to the next pitch, next opportunity.
Karma White's pitch in the dirt, scooped out by Maya Small. Yeah, nobody has barreled her up yet. Liana Gay, the number 6 hitter in the lineup, will try to do it.
And again, you know what you're up against. This is a New Jersey team that's going to swing some big bats. They're looking to get on base by way of hit. They're not going to work walks unless they get maybe a 4-pitch walk right off the bat.
2 balls and a strike. And Liana Gay is the team's unofficial captain. And not surprising for somebody who is the catcher. Takes a called strike on the off-speed pitch. Swing and a miss. A huge second out for Karma White.
Huge pitch. Great job by Karma White responding with a bases loaded situation. Gets the big swing and the miss of Liana Gay. Really good stuff by Karma White.
And now Neil Gay has come down to talk to our home plate umpire, John Wagner, for a moment.
Number 2, Aviana
Gets back to
Gay.
his third base coach's box. Aviana Gay's twin sister, Aviana, bats next. Aviana pops this one back, and on the screen, 0-1. Well, Karma White has been throwing strikes. She's gotten a lot of weak contact. She has looked pretty good here in the first inning in the circle for DC.
She's been fantastic, and when we talk about controlling the controllables, that's exactly what she's done.
There's a line drive to right. That's going to score at least 2. Over to cut it off, Samaya Miles. Throw comes all the way through, and that allows the runner at first to take second. A big 2-run single for Aviana Gay makes it 3-0 New Jersey.
Good piece of hitting here by Aviana Gay, having her sister's back, comes through with a pitch elevated in the zone, drives it to the opposite field. Nice little shot to the right center gap. 2 runs coming in and gonna advance to second on the relay in to the infield. Really good base running by New Jersey, trying to tack onto that lead.
Misha Kopin, our batter. She takes ball 1. Misha is the 8th batter for Toms River here in the bottom of the first inning. And even though she bats 8th in the lineup, don't be fooled. Misha Kopin has had her share of big hits this summer. Her highlight was a walk-off RBI triple that sent Toms River to the New Jersey State Championship game. And the 12-year-old takes a called strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Already 30 pitches thrown for Karma White. Little League softball, we don't have restrictions on pitches thrown. The restriction is on innings. She gives up 3 in the first, but Karma White pitches out of more damage.
Well, and the big blast by Aviana Gay. A couple of runs coming in, 2 outs. The pressure is on. She gets the job done. Nice little piece of hitting there by Aviana Gay. New Jersey on top.
The Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN are presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. We are in Bristol, Connecticut, the home of ESPN, and that is the beautiful campus. The mothership, only a couple of miles from where we sit here at the Giamatti Center. You will be spending a lot of time on campus doing studio as well as doing the analysis on site. Along with Alex Powers, I'm Doug Sherman. Glad to have you with us.
Yeah, we're going to be keeping our head on a swivel, not just at this region, but all of them across the country to make sure we're giving the best coverage possible.
As we begin the top of the second inning of this first game of the Mid-Atlantic Regional here in Bristol, Washington, D.C. against New Jersey. And in the East region, as it is bracketed here, we have 2 different regions going on simultaneously. The New England region is also staged here in Bristol, and they are scheduled to play games this afternoon. But the weather forecast here in Bristol is not good, so they are trying to get all the games in, squeeze them in. And so we're scheduled for 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock for our first 2 games here in the Mid-Atlantic region. But as soon as this game is over, they're going to put it on turbo to try and get the second game started. And they will continue that throughout the day for games 3 and 4 of the day here in Bristol. So take that schedule with a grain of salt. But the weather is almost certainly going to be nasty tonight. So trying to get all 4 games in before that. And there you see what we've got coming up. All games on ESPN Plus. And then one of the other big things here for this region, Alex, is that Bristol, Connecticut Little League won the Connecticut State Championship. So when they play their first game tomorrow, there's a shot to the gap in right center field by Maya Small. All the way to the warning track. She's going to try for 3. And she will get there standing. A leadoff triple to begin the second inning for Washington, D.C.
And look at how Maya Small is just going to attack this pitch. We say it all the time, but good things happen when you hit the ball the other way. This one elevated in the zone. And Maya Small takes a big hack, driving it deep into the gap. 3 bases, stand-up triple. Gotta love it.
Well, she has really matured in her understanding of the game and her approach. She's gotten 3 inches taller than being here last year. And you can see Maya Small is one of those girls who has made big gains in the last 12 months.
We're on a roll with our puns so far.
Infield drawn in as Amora Burks, the shortstop and number 5 hitter, is at the plate. No balls, 2 strikes, facing Jalen Brown.
And what a good opportunity to respond to the adversity back in the first inning for Washington, D.C., just knowing that they allowed a couple of runs with maybe some defensive, not errors because they did go down as hits, but maybe could have, would have, should have been plays. And Maya Small responds quickly, trying to get the offense and that momentum back on their side.
Amora Burks asks what the count is from the home plate umpire, John Wagner. And she goes down swinging, snap throw to third, and they got her. Liana Gay with a strike down to Annalise Curley to catch Maya Small for the second out.
Now batting number 23, Morgan Richardson.
It's almost like we were foreshadowing a couple of pitches ago, keeping your head on a swivel. That's exactly what you got to do as a base runner. Maya Small, there's absolutely no play, so you just got to make sure you're getting a nice solid lead, get back to the bag, but catches are maybe leaning a little bit too far on one side. Liana Gay fires over to Annalise Curley at third. Good defense by New Jersey.
Yeah, a big double play, not your typical double play, but that erases the potential.
How about that, shutting down the momentum? A leadoff triple, and then great defense there to shut down any run threat.
Morgan Richardson, left-handed stick for Washington, D.C. Slaps it foul the other way. 0-2. You see, Mamie Johnson is the name on the front of the jerseys. She is a woman who was one of just 3 women to ever play in the Negro Leagues, and she lived in Washington, D.C. Her nickname was Peanut because she was only 5 feet 3 inches tall, less than 100 pounds. She learned her curveball from Satchel Paige, and she was a great pitcher back in the day in the Negro Leagues. Teamed with, among others, Henry Aaron. She was a teammate of Hank Aaron with the Indianapolis Clowns. And there is Mamie. She played 3 years, and her one-loss record was crazy. She was 33-8 against the men in the Negro Leagues.
You know why I like working with you, Doug? Every time I get into the press box, I feel like I get an amazing history lesson. You are just full of knowledge.
You say that now, waiting 4 or 5 days. Well, I just think it's neat what they are trying to build under the name of Mamie Johnson in Washington, D.C. And again, softball in that city is not something that has been played for a long, long time, and they are really up against it, trying to get their numbers up and get the softball IQ that you and I grew up with, and are, you know, we maybe take for granted. But if you weren't in that as a little kid, it takes a little while to figure it all out.
Absolutely, you don't know what you don't know, and I think the visibility has been a big factor in trying to grow this league. And I think Antoine Kennedy, the manager for the DC team, has been fantastic at being an advocate too, to just try to get their name out there and partner with local teams that they can play against.
Richardson slides in. Is the tag in time? It is. The New Jersey defense cuts down a couple of base runners, and that keeps DC off the board.
Couple of big plays by Liana Gay behind the dish. Throws out 2 runners in the inning.
Well, as we went to break, Washington, D.C. challenged the call that was an out on a stolen base attempt. And here's a replay.
And you see it was Morgan Richardson trying to advance to second on the play. Frankie Velarde covering the bag. But I think the issue, too, lies with the base that is going to kind of get picked up and moved. They're the safety breakaway bases to hopefully avoid injury. Does go flying, so it comes out of the tracks. Velarde made contact with it first. Maya Johnson second. They are going to overturn the call, so Morgan Richardson is safe at second.
And so New Jersey retakes the field. Morgan Richardson back out to second. Jalen Brown picks up the softball back in the circle. And she's going to have to deal with Karma White. So we continue with the top half of the second inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now it's a ball and 2 strikes. And Karma White is originally from St. Louis. She's now a rising 7th grader at Stuart Hobson Middle School, just a few blocks from the U.S. Capitol. Slow roller to third, picked up by Curley, and she rifles it across the diamond, and that is the third out. 3-0 our score. New Jersey with the lead over Washington.
Welcome to the Little League Softball World Series.
This is as big as the event has ever been.
12 strikeouts tonight.
Find the glove!
It is out of here!
The competition has definitely elevated. The best is yet to come.
Welcome back to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Alongside Alex Power, I'm Doug Sherman. We're glad you're with us here this morning from Bristol, Connecticut, day 1 of the Mid-Atlantic Regional. And this is the region that produced last year's Little League Softball World Series champs. The girls from Johnstown, Pennsylvania, did something they will remember for the rest of their lives. And there you see 4 different champions coming out of the Mid-Atlantic region, including 2 that won the whole prize, Massapequa Park in 23 and then Johnstown, PA last year. And it's always funny within, you try and determine, are the girls just satisfied being here in Bristol? They have won their state title, yes, or are they hungrier? Do they have what it takes, the resolve and the ability to not only get through here, but really truly compete for the World Series championship?
Well, I think a big part of that, too, I keep saying the word visibility, and to see what it means to get to the stage in North Carolina and play at the highest level up to this point for these players and competing against teams across the country internationally. Like, what an opportunity.
Mason Mills, the new right fielder, unable to make the grab, and rounding first, heading to second, Sophia Tolentino, and she slides in with a leadoff double.
Tolentino does a good job here, just attacking pitches. Again, putting balls in play aggressively is what Toms River does so well. And just trying to force DC to make the plays defensively. A little bit of a hiccup there, but Tolentino does a great job.
And so now the number 10 hitter in this continuous 12-batter order. Gia Gatto, only 4 feet 6 inches tall, but don't let that fool you. Batting with a runner in scoring position, fouls it off, 0-2. According to her coaches, Gia packs quite a punch and is easily the highest softball IQ girl on the team. Huge lead out at second by Tolentino, getting the attention of the catcher, Maya Small. That one goes off the catcher's mitt, and by the time Small recovers easily onto third is Tolentino.
Look at the moves there too by Gia Gatto. That one just gonna come in behind her. I don't want to generalize here, but I think there's a common theme. The little ones are always the feistiest, is what I've come to find.
Yeah, they have to be. And she takes ball 4. Runners on the corners, nobody out. Well, Gia is used to being the smallest person, I'm sure, on the team, on every team she's ever played on. So she makes up for it in a lot of other things with feistiness and with smarts. And she draws a walk. Juliana Floric-Doslick, the first baseman, fouls off the first pitch from Karma White.
So many returning athletes on this year's team for Toms River. Floric-Doslick, just another one of them with the experience playing on this stage. And for so many athletes across the country, this is their first time playing on the ESPN channels, but with teams like Toms River who consistently makes it here, just another day at the ballpark.
Well, one thing that's a consistent theme across all the girls' questionnaires that we get to read, they love coming to Bristol to be on ESPN and ESPN+. They love spending the time with their teammates, and they love staying in the dormitories. You know, this is all a big baseball, softball complex where everybody, all the players and female coaches, stay together in one spot. And the teams that only have male managers and coaches, then they have player advocates who stay with them. There's Juliana as a T-ball player.
That's where it all started, and that's a big part, and that's why Little League is such a joy and I think breath of fresh air for so many people. You think about the little girl on the left side of the screen and then the more grown-up girl on the right side just competing on this stage.
A screaming line drive to left that gets by, and 2 runs will score. Rounding second, Floric-Doslick. She's headed to third and gonna slam on the brakes right there. It's an RBI single and an E7 to make our score 5-0.
Juliana Floric-Doslick just peppers this ball. A nice line drive shot to left field, and then gonna kind of come up and handcuff left fielder Sohaila Ware. Just unable to come up with it, keep it in front. Extra bases for Floric-Doslick. 2 runs coming in, good piece of hitting there.
The batter is Shaylin Seaman. First time we have seen her. She is one of the 3 non-position players in the continuous batting order for New Jersey. That doesn't mean she can't come in and play some defense later in the game, but she is not required to. But with this continuous batting order that Little League implemented a few years ago, it makes sure that everybody gets an equal opportunity to go to the plate. Grounder through the box and up the middle for an RBI single. Your number 12 hitter in the lineup, Shaylin Seaman, with an RBI single. She's going to try to take second, and she is tagged out.
Jalen Seaman does a good job just driving this pitch right back up the middle. Another RBI coming in with Floric Doslick coming in to score, but tries to be overly aggressive there. And on the throw-in, attempts to get an extra 60 feet to get herself in scoring position, but good defense by DC, and Maya Small behind the dish. Fires to second, gets Jalen Seaman out. First out of the inning here for Washington.
After the foul ball by Annalise Curley. Get the ball back into the circle for Karma White, who threw over 30 pitches in the first inning. She's about to throw her 50th of the morning. But again, in softball, there are no restrictions on how many pitches you can throw in a day. It's down to innings. And if you throw more than 6 innings in a day, then you can't pitch the next day. But it's much different than Little League Baseball, where they keep much closer track of the pitches. But as you know, Alex, throwing underhand is a more natural, normal motion than the boys' overhand. And so you should not have the arm and shoulder issues that the boys can have.
Absolutely, and a lot of the fatigue you see with softball pitchers is really lower half fatigue in their legs and everything else because of the way that they get their power and drive out of the circle off the pitcher's mound.
Ripped, just foul. Over the bag, but landed in foul territory. It's another loud strike against Annalise Curley. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
How about the aggressiveness here by Annalise Curley? Just gets her hands around this pitch. That pitch well inside and drives it right down the line, right on the other side of the foul line. I think that's the right call. Good heads-up job by the umpires.
I find it interesting what you're talking about, the lower body fatigue for softball pitchers as opposed to the arm trouble. Shot to deep left over the head of Ware. It's another extra base hit. This time Curley heads for second, now trying for third. And now she turns third. The throw to the plate, not in time. Touch of all, Annalise Curley. It is a home run.
Annalise Curley responds so nicely in a 2-strike count. Still gets her barrel extended on that one. Big part of the park over the head of left fielder Sohaila Ware, and just keeps on motoring around the bases. A little bit of a hiccup there on the relay in, and no hesitation by Annalise Curley in the park. Home run. Gotta love it from your leadoff batter.
And so now another visit out to the circle. No manager or coach out there, just the girls trying to regroup and encourage each other, and most especially Karma White, the pitcher. And now Frankie Velarde stands in for the second time. She singled and scored in the first. (7-0) our score. And I was starting to say, Alex, now during your Little League days, did you ever pitch?
I did. I feel like everybody was a pitcher, to be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely stopped at this age. Like when I was 12 and realized I had to get a lot more serious, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go be a hitter.
And quite a hitter you were. Velarde pops out to the shortstop, and it's played by Amora Burks for out number 2. Find Little League on Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at the official handles at Little League. And don't forget to use the hashtag LLWS. Well, you went on to be a tremendous hitter at Florida State University, ACC Player of the Year, and you made a good choice.
Thanks. I like to think that was one of the better ones in my life.
Not saying you couldn't have been an All-American pitcher as well.
I don't know. You got to be a whole different kind of animal to go out in the circle and compete against the fantastic hitters in the game now.
Jalen Brown rips this one foul.
And talk about hitting. You see how big the field is here. We just got to remind the people at home, this is one of the bigger softball fields that teams will play on across the country. What'd you say it was before the game? 225 down the line? That's a big park. That's bigger than some college stadiums.
Yeah, it's very rare for a softball player at this facility to hit one over the wall. So most home runs, like the one we just saw from Annalise Curley, are inside the Parkers. But this was built originally for Little League Baseball, and they have incorporated softball into it. And I tell you what, This field has never looked better. Another shot foul. The folks here in Bristol and Little League who put the money into it. The grass is great. They have leveled everything. We have a new video board that's been added, a brand new modern scoreboard out in right center field. And so nothing but the best here at the Mid-Atlantic region.
It does. It looks absolutely beautiful. How lucky are these athletes to play on a field this nice? I don't think I played on a field this nice until I got to college.
Probably not.
Yeah. It built character, you know, playing on the field where you take off.
That's what it is, sure. That's what you said at the time, too, I'm sure. So Jaylen Brown is retired on strikes by Karma White, her third punch out. Our score. For Mamie Johnson Little League, the big prize for winning the DC championship, besides going to regionals here, the girls got a celebratory bowling party. And it's just another one of the reasons why this is one of the emerging programs in Washington, D.C. They've been here 3 times, and their manager, Antoine Kennedy, repeatedly said this year's team just seems better and more together, and parties like this are a big part of that.
Absolutely. I feel like so much of the cohesion and fun that happens on the field is a big part of everything happening off the field too. Just coming together, enjoying each other's company makes it that much easier and better to go on the field and compete.
Number 7, Samaya Miles.
As you alluded to in the first inning, you know, the chance to play on ESPN Plus, you will see more girls in Washington, D.C. say, I want to do that, and it can grow. And so most of the girls here are from wards 7 and 8. But there is talk about expanding over into PG County. And so if that occurs, you'll have a larger pool of girls who can play. And again, the level will continue to go up.
The more competition, the better. And that's what it's all about. Just going out there. And I think as an athlete, it's hard because it's a little bit more pressure filled when you know that somebody's vying for the same spot as you. But it's going to make me bring my game a little bit higher, rise to the occasion. Because you got to flat out earn it, and that's how you get better in sport. That's how you keep growing the game.
Jaylen Brown facing Samaya Miles, who will celebrate a birthday here on Thursday. Maya, as she is known, is about to turn 12. Her favorite school subject at McKinley Middle School is math class. And she swings and misses for out number 1. Want your child to experience the teamwork and fun of Little League baseball or softball? Visit playlittleleague.org and enter your address to find a Little League community program near you. And that's exactly what we're talking about. So Hayla Ware with her first trip to the plate. Glances back to the dugout to acknowledge some bit of information that came from one of the coaches. And she takes strike 2 from Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown has been fantastic, just continuing to attack the zone, throwing a lot of strikes, wasting no time going at these hitters.
And she's only allowed 2 base runners, only 1 hit. That is her 5th strikeout so far. She has K'd 5 of the first 9 batters to come up against her. We have a number of defensive changes here in the 3rd inning for New Jersey. Aviana Gay is at shortstop. Shaylin Siemens at second. Sophia Tolentino out in right. Gia Gatto's in left. And Brielle Bachner is at 3rd base. Two balls and a strike to Zoe Vasquez. Line drive, base hit, out to center field for Vasquez. Well, Zoe's middle name Pamela, she added to honor her late grandmother. And her late grandma would love the line drive single to center field.
Now
Zoe
batting
Vasquez does a good job just taking this pitch by Jalen Brown. Left down the middle and gets those hands extended. Uses all her might, muscles it right to the outfield. Good piece of hitting there by Vasquez. And in the 10 spot in the lineup, doesn't matter where you are. Again, the continuous batting order, everybody's got an opportunity here. Never too late to get something started.
Time is called, something with the catcher Liana Gay and the home plate umpire John Wagner. That was the 2nd hard hit ball given up by Jalen Brown so far this morning. Maya Small had a leadoff triple last inning, but would be picked off 3rd base. And then Vasquez with the 2-out single to try and get something going here in the 3rd. 1 ball, 1 strike. We've talked about the defense for both these sides. For New Jersey, one of the real good things about this team is their lockdown D, and we have seen multiple really good plays here in the early going today. And at this level especially, as something got onto the field, it looks like down the first base line out of the bullpen. Defense, a win or lose you an awful lot of games in softball.
Absolutely, and the thing I've noticed about their defense is they're just aggressive. They really attack their ground balls. They've got good communication out on the field.
Jalen Brown strikes out this side and strands a base runner at first. Our score remains 7-0. Welcome back to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. And the folks from Toms River, New Jersey know their way to Bristol, Connecticut, and they came prepared, Alex.
I love the signage. All the fatheads out there, sign me up. Maybe we can get a couple in here in the booth as the tournament goes on, but just the feel of the crowd, everybody loving it up. The signs are elite. Bree Baum. Personally, I like the pom-poms. That's what I'm all about. I like the frilly, the sparkles. I mean, the cowboy hat's pretty cool too. I'm getting all different vibes here from Toms River.
Lots of red, white, and blue. They're natural colors for Toms River Little League, but as we celebrate our 250th
dancing dog.
anniversary. What? No, I didn't.
There's a dancing pug. Look at that.
There's a pug?
Yeah.
I missed it.
Oh, man. Maybe we can get another shot of that again.
I'm a pug person, you know.
I know.
I can't believe I missed the pug.
Gotta love all the dogs.
Leading off for New Jersey, number 6.
We have a pitching change for
Briella
Washington, D.C. Elise Kennedy has moved from third to the circle, replacing Karma White. And she is facing the heart of the lineup for New Jersey. Briella Bogner, Carly Leonard, Liana Gay due up. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Looping fly ball into center field for a leadoff single by Bogner. Down to second on the error goes Bogner. And so immediately a runner in scoring position for Toms River.
Briella Bogner keeping things going. Second hit on the morning.
Now batting.
Good job just
Number
getting
7,
started here.
Carly Leonard.
New Jersey looking to tack on a couple of more. Further that lead, get themselves in run roll territory here.
Well, Carly hit the ball hard her first time with the RBI single in the first inning. And she says her favorite food is her dad's meatloaf. Way to go, Joe. I like a good meatloaf.
Doesn't everybody? I feel like it's just a good home-cooked staple.
As long as it's not too dry.
Do you eat your meatloaf with ketchup?
Yes, that's what I was going to ask you. Do you?
I do. I do.
You have to.
Have to. Agree.
Kennedy's 0-2 pitch misses inside. Well, Elise Kennedy, according to her dad, the manager Antoine, put in a lot of work. And her pitching coach, Coach Bree, has really helped to develop her changeup.
That's been a big part. It is just finding the consistency from a pitching coach standpoint. And you see Elise Kennedy doing a good job getting a big swing and miss there for a strikeout of Carly Leonard in the inning. But that's what Antoine Kennedy said the team was missing most, is somebody that's speaking the same language, so then it can translate from a coaching standpoint, being on this team and everybody's on the same page. He was like, that's where we struggled in the past, is having the different lingo, having the different approaches, and not necessarily knowing how to get through to our girls. So Coach Bree has done a fantastic job working with both Kennedy and White.
And Karma, in her 2 innings, did have 3 strikeouts, and it seems like her changeup was pretty good too.
Absolutely, and that's the other thing. They keep it simple. Fastball, changeup, really working on hitting their zones and good locations of pitches, trying to keep hitters off balance.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Liana Gay. She and her twin sister Aviana were born February 27th, 2013. Now 13 years old. Liana is 5'3". Her sister is 4'11". There's a changeup that's put into play. Nice job by the shortstop, Amora Burks, for the over-the-shoulder catch. 1 away, or 2 away, excuse me.
This is the good routine defense here that we see. That changeup just going to float through the zone so slow. Liana Gay does a good job trying to sit back and wait, but the pop fly, good defensive play by Amora Burks. That's what Coach Kennedy has been wanting to see.
So now the shorter of the Gay twins, Aviana, who had a 2-run single in the first inning.
Both girls are big Mets fans. Francisco Lindor remains #1 for Aviana. And she says she still is a big fan of Pete Alonso, even though he's now a Baltimore Oriole. I understand that. You got to still root for your guys. Pitch goes off the shin guard of the catcher, Maya Small. She retreats and gets the ball back. Moving to third is Bogner. Now, with all the defensive changes here in the inning, White's at third, Adams in center, Ware is in left, Miles in right. As we've shown you, Elise Kennedy is in the circle, and Morgan Richardson is now playing second base. Full count. Now, softball is what Aviana does during the summer, but she also competes in competitive cheer. She can do backflips, front flips. She can do it all. Little roller foul, and they'll do it again. Can you do a backflip, front flip, any kind of flip?
In my dreams, absolutely. What about you?
No. When I was in college, a buddy of mine who was a cheerleader on the school team tried to get me to do a backflip, and he and I spent probably an hour in the gym, and I could never pull it off.
Yeah, it sounds too dangerous. I'm
no
good.
Thanks, yeah. It takes nerve to do it. Once you're up in the air, I bailed every single time.
Sure, if New Jersey advances, we might see some backflips later this week.
Why not? Aviana Gay is aboard for the second time with a walk.
Now batting,
Runners on the
number
corners
11,
with 2 away for
Misha
Misha Kopin. Misha went down on strikes her first time. The 12-year-old daughter of Jennifer and Clint. Her dad is one of the 2 coaches volunteering his time this summer for Toms River Little League. Her dad, Clint, is the coach who stays in the dugout and keeps track of everything there. Aviana Gay allowed to take second base on the steal. Maya Small did not want to risk allowing the runner from third coming in and scoring. Good heat there by Elise Kennedy. It's a ball and a strike. Two balls and a strike to number 11. Misha Kopin says she chose number 11 for her uniform because that's her birthday.
Talk about the signage, the support, the brothers right there saying, let's go Sticks. Got Max and Noah. I assume they're her brothers. They're 10 and 7.
Yep. Fouled out of play by Big Sis, and they'll do it again. The count holds 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the third inning.
That's another part that's so fun for these athletes is the siblings coming out here supporting, having a great time. Some older, having played on this stage, baseball, softball, some younger, hoping to one day play on this field.
Waits on the changeup and fouls it back this way. Could have reached out and gotten it.
You know, I'm saying if the windows were open, I think he could have easily reached out and made the catch. We'll stick to what we're good at.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you could have made the catch. I'm glad I'm not expected to. You have expectations. We would expect you to make it.
Putting together a good at-bat here is Kopin, but how about Elise Kennedy coming in and being fantastic in the circle so far, shutting down a really good New Jersey offense.
Well, you got a taste of our vantage point there, and we got a taste of Elise Kennedy. Does a nice job to put a 0 up on the scoreboard. She strikes out 2 in the inning.
Elise Kennedy comes in and she's rolling a couple of strikeouts here in the inning, trying to shut down Toms River offense. Washington, D.C. look
The Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN are presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Here in Bristol, Connecticut, that is the campus of ESPN, just about a 10-minute drive from where we are here at the Giamatti Center on what's a very comfortable morning with an ominous forecast coming up later this afternoon and into the evening. So we're going to have a quick turnaround from game 1 to game 2 as soon as this one is done. We will not wait until 1 p.m. We will get it started just as soon as possible between New York and Pennsylvania. And there's the new pitcher for New Jersey, Frankie Velarde, Frank the Tank. And for Frankie, she is a power pitcher, all gas. What else should we see out of her, Alex?
Well, that's the thing, just attacking the zone, really going to leverage that fastball and complement it nicely with a little off-speed pitch too. Going to mix the changeup in as much as possible. Keeps it simple as far as the amount of pitches thrown, but really good command of both. And sometimes it doesn't take a whole heck of a lot to keep hitters off balance. And you've got great command like Velarde does.
And you saw her name, Francesca Velarde, but she goes by Big Frank or Frank the Tank at 5 feet 2 inches tall. And the family vehicle that has come up from Toms River is covered. I saw it in the parking lot this morning, and there's no mistaking which vehicle is the Velardes.
I love Frank the Tank because I think that's just a classic, but I also like Big Frank. I have self-proclaimed my own nickname is Big Al. I mean,
really?
I mean, it's
I didn't
just
know
fun.
that. When did that start?
Probably like 2 years ago.
They're the Velardes, and they have been here before because Frank the Tank's big sister has also played here. Julie helped Toms River Little League reach the Bristol Regional 3 years ago. And there she is. They have traded places. Big Sis now in the stands rooting for Little Sis.
Frankie was one of the players on the team from last season as well in Toms River. And let's talk about the familiarity. Some of these athletes getting to call this place their second home.
Well, Velarde gives up a leadoff walk to the leadoff hitter, Amira Burks. She is the 4th base runner allowed. Jalen Brown pitched the first 3 innings, allowed a couple of hits and no runs, and now Velarde issues a walk to her first faced batter. Down to second. Brooke Adams takes a called strike. Both managers continue to shuffle the deck defensively each inning. There are no defensive requirements, but they have been moving the girls around a lot today. So with Velarde now pitching, Curley's behind the plate. Brown is playing first. Gatto is in left. Copen is in center as Adams goes down on strike. At third base is Bogner, and Tolentino is in right. First K for Frank the Tank. Big Al, huh? I like that.
Do with it what you will.
Truth be told, and I still hear about it from friends and family, I gave myself a nickname for playing basketball as a kid, Big Lumbering Sherm. Again, is a little bit of an odd twist.
Doesn't roll off the tongue.
No,
yeah.
no. But if you ever saw me play basketball, you knew I was not big, lumbering, or ever in the paint. So I get picked on over that one.
Oh, that's awesome.
2-0 pitch to Elise Kennedy. Steps out of the way. Here comes the runner from third, and Mamie Johnson Little League is on the board. Amira Burks manufactures a run, turning a walk into their first run, coming in on a wild pitch.
Aggressive base running here. Amira Burks does a good job just continuing to advance 60 feet whenever possible, coming in on the pass ball there, scoring easy. And this Mamie Johnson team has really prided themselves on the speed too whenever they are able to get on base, running the bases aggressively, keeping their head on a swivel. Good job right there.
Now they are the 3-time reigning Washington, D.C. champs. They won the title all the way back in June, and since they didn't have a state tournament to play, they did play a tune-up scrimmage against the McLean All-Stars 11U team, and that was something that, learning from past experience, Antoine Kennedy realized it's important that we continue to play games and stay sharp, and they got clobbered in that game against a very good McLean Little League team. But it further opened the eyes of the girls that this is the step up in competition we are coming to face up in Bristol.
Number 11, Maya Small.
Sometimes you need that, just a little bit of a self-check. You haven't played in a couple of weeks. Got to see how you stack up against the competition, because you put the work in practice so much, but there's a whole different component when you're facing another opponent.
Maya Small had a loud triple her first time against Jalen Brown. Now seeing Frankie Velarde for the first time. Maya's the catcher and cleanup hitter for the DC champs. Little behind that fastball, and she's behind in the count 1-2. Velarde again bringing that heat, and they'll do it again at 1-2.
This is a good opportunity right now for Frankie Velarde to come in too, just knowing that her number might get called, to throw some innings throughout this tournament, settle in, shake the nerves off a little bit. And you've seen that with a couple of walks with the 3 batters faced so far. She's somebody that typically is able to throw a lot of strikes, but right now still trying to find the groove.
She gets the swinging strike, down to second, the tag, and she is out for not sliding regardless of the tag. Or perhaps not. Elise Kennedy went in standing, and the second base umpire, Brian Poe, seemed to call time at about the time she was arriving at second base.
That was my understanding as well, was that I did think she was going to be called out for not having slid, but
let's see what the official ruling is. Either way, down to second is Elise Kennedy.
the only other alternative is calling obstruction, but there was a play being made, so I don't think that was really avoidable by the defender, Aviana Gay. I don't know. If I were manager Neil Gay, I might be asking the question.
That's a called strike. The final pitching line for Jalen Brown: 3 innings, 2 hits allowed, no runs, 1 walk, 6 Ks. And she should be fresh the next time they meet her in the circle. Velarde throws that one in the dirt. Scampering to third base is Elise Kennedy.
And take one more look at this play. Elise Kennedy goes to second. Annalise Curley makes the throw. Aviana Gay, he says obstruction.
Yeah.
We are professional lip readers up here. Obstruction on the defender. Therefore, the runner gets the bat.
And I see that he did clearly call time after the play was done. Like you said with your lip reading, that's absolutely what he called.
Richardson.
So the walk to Amora Burks brings up Morgan Richardson. Runner takes off, throw down to second, beats the sliding base runner, and there is out number 3. Nice strong throw from behind the plate to cut down the runner, Amora Burks. But Washington, D.C. gets itself on the board.
Annalise Curley, a couple opportunities here, comes up firing to second. This one's successful. Aviana Gay has her out by a couple of steps, lays down the tag. New Jersey looking to tack on a couple
Washington, D.C.'s Elise Kennedy has shown herself very well so far in the diamond this morning, but she's got other talents. Let's listen to her sing with her mouth closed.
Take me out to the water, take me out to the cloud. Now let me let it go, I wanna go, much like on the floating. I'm feeling ready to see. Going to love, see, it's up to me, done.
Absolutely marvelous.
It is. It's so impressive that she was able to do that. But I think you and I had a couple of questions after watching that video earlier. And first one was, how did she find out she could do that?
Right.
So I think today both of us are going to go back to our hotels and practice.
Leading off,
I know I'm going to try.
Yeah, we'll come back to you tomorrow on whether or not we can actually do it. Definitely won't be able to do it as good as Elise.
No. I am guessing anything I do will not come close to that. But again, that is, we learn about these girls and want to share the stories with you. And in the questionnaires that they fill out, they're 3 or 4 pages per girl. We learn things, and then we try to follow up with our crew. And Elise said she could sing with her mouth closed. We said, come on. And then she proved it. Take me out to the ball game.
Doug and I are both very much, we've got to see it to believe it. So had to be proved wrong.
Yes.
I love it, though. The personality of these kids shining through. So much fun to watch and cover, because this is really the most joyous I think the game can be, because the older you get, the more stressful, the more pressure, everything, you know, is visible. And it's hard when you're in college, professional, there's just a lot more at stake. This is where it is the most fun. Being able to highlight these stories is the best part.
And Alex, it is a recurring theme through the questionnaires that almost every one of the girls, when they're asked why do they like playing softball, because it's fun. And for the most part, they don't feel the same pressure. While there is pressure, you're playing on television in front of people. Leadoff walk drawn by Sophia Tolentino. But it's just more of a fun atmosphere typically for these girls.
As it should be, because that's the reason so many of us start. And then, of course, you realize, like, wow, I'm pretty good at this. Like, I might be able to help pay an education. Now with NIL, you can maybe make a little bit of money, but this is where it all starts.
And while the vast majority of these girls will not play probably beyond the varsity level, if all you do is play Little League softball, there is so much to be gained just by that experience, being a teammate, being around other girls. And when you get to do it at this level here in Bristol and stay in the dorms, it's like a week-long sleepaway. Trying to get the runner, the throw gets away. Heading for third, Tolentino. A strong throw is not in time. Tolentino goes first to third.
About it, Sophia Tolentino gets on base with a walk, but then just wreaks a little havoc out there on the base path. You see the big lead, and the catcher behind the dish, Maya Small, comes up with the throw to first to try to pick her off, and then get past the first baseman, Amira Burks. And on goes Tolentino, now sitting at third, just 60 feet away from another run.
Yeah, she set the table in the second for a 4-run rally with a double. Now she stands at third with nobody out in the fourth. Elise Kennedy in her second inning of work, pitching for Washington, D.C., and she walks Gia Gatto. That's the second time the shortest member of this New Jersey State Championship team.
Now batting number 14, Juliana Florek-Doslick.
Now Juliana Florek-Doslick, who had an RBI single in that 4-run second inning. There goes Gatto. Throw goes to shortstop, who was coming in, not trying to get the runner at second, to make sure that the runner at third, Tolentino, stayed right there. Well, these girls from Toms River have had many big moments already this summer with the All-Star team among them. The opening sectional win over North Wall Little League, and then in the New Jersey State Championship game fell behind Waterford 3-0 before storming back for a 9-3 victory in their berth here in Bristol. And their manager, Neil Gay, joked about the adversity that his girls seem to go through and thrive in.
And you have to. A lot of times those hardships, those tough games, the adversity, if you will, is what makes these athletes really come together, be able to go and perform on the field under pressure. Maybe when they're behind in games, we've seen that a lot as the theme of, hey, we learned the most about ourselves when we were actually getting beat. Had to figure out how to come back and win as a team.
And just 3 years ago, the Toms River Little League won it all. Some of the older sisters of these girls went to Greenville, North Carolina and won the World Series. Now the bases are loaded thanks to 3 consecutive walks to begin the 4th.
Now batting for New Jersey, number 32, Shaylin Seaman.
Just an inning ago when Elise Kennedy had come in, no runs had been scored in the 3rd, which is not common for New Jersey. A couple of strikeouts, but this one having a hard time finding the zone.
Ripped up the middle, and Seaman's got her 2nd hit of the ball game. It will score 2. 9-1 Toms River. The throw gets away, and both runners will advance. Now trying to score, Flora Dotson. And she is safe. So on the play, all 3 base runners come around to score. But it's a 2-run single for Shaylin Seaman, who is now 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs.
What I love most about this is the total team effort. The bottom part of the order here, Shaylin Seaman coming through big with the RBI single, but the aggressive base running by all the base runners there. All 3 runs coming in to score. The throw into the plate goes a little wide over the head of catcher Maya Small. 2 runs coming in to score because of that great hustle by Toms River. New Jersey tacks onto that lead.
So officially it's a 2-run single with an error on the center fielder. And we'll remind you about the run rule that is used in Little League softball. The game will end if one team leads by 10 or more runs after 4 innings. So that is where we are on the verge of, or 15 runs after 3 innings. And of course the trailing team must bat its half of the inning. So up by 9 now. This game could be over shortly. Back to the top of the order for Annalise Curley. Pitch gets away. Nice retrieval by the catcher Small to keep Shaylin Seaman at 3rd base. Pop up right side, foul ground, and it hits off the netting. And we will do it again.
One of the most impressive things, in my opinion, about this New Jersey team is their ability to manufacture runs in a lot of different ways. You look at the scoreboard, they have been able to put across 10 hits, but it's also been 6 walks, a couple of opportunities, and maybe misplays by DC and how they're set up defensively. And Toms River has just taken full advantage. Aggressive base running, timely hits, really good stuff.
10 runs on 10 hits and 1 error for New Jersey. 1 run, 2 hits, 2 errors for Washington, D.C. Whip to left. In to make the score 11-1. Play continues and going to try and touch them all. Annalise Curley goes all the way around to make it
really good job by Annalise Curley. Gonna get the walk-off hit there. New Jersey came out big in the bottom of the 4th. Lots of base runners, good opportunities here. Annalise Curley closing the door, hits a shot to left field.
1.
Shaylin Seaman comes in for the game-winning run rule victory run. Really good stuff by Toms River, New Jersey, setting the tone for what they hope to be a good run this tournament.
By run rule, the final is 11-1. That's an RBI single for Annalise Curley, who had a home run in the second inning. She and Shaylin Seaman, the two big hitting stars for this Toms River, New Jersey team that wins game 1 of the Mid-Atlantic region. And as mentioned, with the bad weather forecast coming up mid-late afternoon and into the evening, we're going to have a quick turnaround just as soon as we can. We're not going to wait till 1 p.m. We'll have Massapequa Park, Long Island, Massapequa International taking on Minersville of Pennsylvania. It's all going to be brought to you here on ESPN Plus. So we will be back shortly with that second ball game. But for now, final score 11-1 by run rule. Jersey defeats DC. For Alex Powers and our crew, I'm Doug Sherman. So long. We'll see you shortly here on Plus.